Once again, welcome to the Brown Spade Podcast Show. This is Guy Talk number 14. Guy Talk number 14. So let me do. Well, first I want to say I want to thank all the people that subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. For those new subscribers who have subscribed, thank you. And also catch the videos that I've done the last few weeks. How I put my life on the line. That's a pretty good video. And another one is it's a story, sad story, but how a coach, youth football coach, brawl turned into fatality. So check those two videos out. And also, I want to give a shout out to those Archer Eagles. It was the Archer High reunion for all the classes out there. I want to give a shout out to y'all. I couldn't be there. So hope y'all celebrated enough for me. So anyway, breaking news. Okay, breaking news. There's a trade talk. We're going to trade Kevin Durant for Brittany Griner. Okay. So we're back. Guy Talk number 14. What's up, my brother?
What's going on? I'm still laughing at the little comment. The comment. So
hey, go ahead.
now I was gonna say, you know what's crazy? I heard a conversation. I was what they call air hustling, and I heard these guys and these it was like two guys and like three girls, and they was talking about that whole situation. And
right.
The women just was going in, upset with how it went down.
Yeah.
And the guys was like, I mean, listen, man, she broke a crime. She did a crime. She got to do the time. So the women were like, how can you be so insensitive? So the dude, he said, was y'all this sensitive when R. Kelly went to jail? Was y'all insensitive when Bill Cosby went to jail?
Right.
He started breaking it down like just different people. He said, it amazes me how we need to be sensitive for people who break the law when it's a woman, but when it's a man, well, hey, he got to do his time. And I was just sitting there and look, instead of them saying you got a point, they said, well, anyway, and they changed the subject.
Mm-hmm. That's how they do.
I just laughed.
That's how they do.
I mean, I hate that she's doing the time, but hey,
yeah.
unfortunate.
I mean, yeah. I mean, again, but I still say when you travel and go into these other people's countries, you're no longer under the United States rules. You're not governed by the United States laws. So when you're in somebody else's country, you have to follow their laws, and their laws are most of the time much stricter. And this is not her first time traveling there.
She's been doing it for years, for like 9-10 years. Like she's been doing this.
Right. So my thing of it is, she said, "Oh, I made a mistake or whatever." Hey, it is what it is. But I will say this: there's a lot of people that's arrested in America for marijuana in prison for marijuana, and they doing time, and they not even thought about. You're only thinking about her because she's an athlete. That's the part why I say it's very hypocritical in our community. But anyway, brother, you done with that? We go forward, and let's go ahead and address Jeremy White. Jerry, you must got that dump truck. I see you said been hauling and dumping. So you want to let you know you've been hauling and dump, got it doing this thing. That's what's up, brother. That's what's up. She knew exactly what she was doing. I think so. Again, people don't understand the privilege that we have as Americans, and then we thinking the world's supposed to follow those same
rules,
laws and rules. And that's so far from the truth. So far from the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she cannot buy her way out of this. And not to mention it was bad timing. I mean, is 9 years severe? Yeah, it's severe. But again, you got brothers doing 5 years, 10 years over here for marijuana. I'm just saying. And there's nobody talking about them. But again, I guess y'all want to, now they want to go all the way to the White House to push this issue when, in my mind, if you're going to legalize marijuana, then everybody who got booked for marijuana, you should open the door and let them out. That's how I look at it. If you're going to go ahead and make it, you know what I'm saying? So why are they still arrested then? If it's now legal, like go ahead and just open it up and make room. That's just my opinion. Not saying I'm condoning marijuana and things like that, because I don't. I mean, I'm not an advocate for that either, but I'm just saying, since it's the law in certain states. All right. So anyway, brother, let me catch up to speed. I know you've been busy, brother Cleve, been busy. All right. So about a week ago, brother, it's old news. I mean, it may have came across your eyes. It probably did. This is in your birthplace, Brooklyn. There was a mother who went to the McDonald's. She ordered, I don't know what her order was, but it included fries. You aware of this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she ordered fries. Ordered a burger with fries or whatever the case may be. But anyway, the fries were cold. She tried to address the issue. Some words were exchanged. I don't know to what extent. So she felt at liberty to call her son. All right. So her son came, had words with the young man. They get into a tussle. He came with his girlfriend. Girlfriend reached in her purse and him a gun. And yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the story go ahead and play out. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. No. Let me go back. Here we go. No. Let me pause that. No. Why this thing ain't playing? Hold on a second, Cleve. That is the wrong one. Hold tight. I gotta stop this one. Go to this one first. Okay. Can you see it on the screen?
Nothing appeared yet.
You can't see nothing on the screen. Okay, just hold tight. Put it back over here. Share. Boom. Hold tight, brother.
There you go. Something coming out.
Yeah.
There you
go. All right. Hold on. Let me fix that. Now, there we go. Now we're cooking. All right, let's go. Nope. Still. Okay.
Our breaking news in Brooklyn. Police say the McDonald's worker who was shot during an argument over cold fries has died. The shooting is now being investigated as a homicide. Yesterday, prosecutors indicated that charges against the accused shooter, Michael Morgan, would be upgraded if that worker died. Police say Morgan shot 23-year-old Matthew Webb outside the McDonald's in Bed-Stuy on Monday. They say Morgan also confessed to murdering another man in 2020 in Brooklyn. We are learning more about mystery fumes that left some.
So that would go right there. That was crazy, right?
And it's sad because your mother is the one who caused this.
Yeah. She's the cause of it.
Just get another fries.
Right.
Or just get your money back.
Right. And the crazy part of that is, Cleve, is that, hold on a second. The crazy part of that is she, like you say, she called him, but at the same time, he wind up committing that he did a murder a while back.
Mm-hmm. I guess he told on this one thinking they was gonna give him a credit on that. Like that was dumb, but okay.
Yeah. Or that may just have been his conscience. You see what I'm saying? So that's crazy. Yeah, hold on a second here. Jeremy, I see you talking about me.
Most men, I didn't say all, but most men wouldn't push their child to go do nothing stupid like that. They just wouldn't.
Right.
Most men,
right.
We just wouldn't, because we know what will come out of that.
Yeah, okay. Back to the that's his comment about Brittany Griner, how she was anti-American and how sexist and racist America is. But now she writes a letter talking about what the 4th of July means to her. Wow. Yeah. Very valid. Then he joked with me about my boy. Yeah, you're right. But black folks will scream white supremacy is the bigger issue all day. That is true.
No, and, listen, they don't even have.
And that's what we get into, Jeremy. That's what we get into. That's the topic. The topic is our so-called culture, but we haven't got there yet. We're gonna get there. And so just hold with us. Just bear with us, brother. Bear with us. So yeah. So go ahead, brother Cliff. I'm sorry, you saying something?
No. Go ahead and play the video, because I was about.
Okay. So here's another video. I'm just telling another story, and then from there, then I'll tell one more story, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes. So anyway, this story right here is crazy. All right. So this guy, this is his only job, right? So this guy here, he works for DoorDash. So he delivers food for a living. This is what he does. And he's a white guy, but that's irrelevant. But the point that I'm making is this young lady, who happened to be a sister, she ordered the food from the guy, and then she called DoorDash and complained and said she didn't receive the food. The guy delivered the food. So DoorDash fired the guy, and this is his only job. So she playing games now. Her money funny, her money tight. So she gonna act like she didn't receive the food. So the guy came to her place of work, and he videoed her. Now you know, like I know, because we know how we are, how black folks are. We're not gonna allow anybody to just come to the job and lie on us. And then let's flip it to the other side. I don't think this guy would go to that extreme to come back to the place if it wasn't true. You know. All right, so here we go. Check this out. Because the girl, she never said a thing. And so you tell me what you think, brother.
Hi again. I delivered food here yesterday from Chipotle, and you put down that I didn't deliver it to you because I just got fired from my job. Yeah, it was you. This is my only source of income. I do this all day. Now I'm fired from my job because you want your $10 burrito? No. Are you out of your mind? Who does this? Who does that? You got me fired. Like, I need the corporate number or something, because I need to get your ass fired. Does anyone have a corporate number? You have one?
I'll contact DoorDash.
Yeah. All right, you want to say that you got your food?
I'll contact them, but
what? Did you get your food or what?
How are you?
I even called my lawyer. He told me I can call the cops because it's theft. It's theft. Are you gonna say you got your food or not? Or should I call the cops? Because you're stealing.
I'm not stealing.
Yeah, you are stealing.
I need you to
Yeah, who does that? Who fucking raised your ass? Who raised you? Seriously. Fucking piece of trash. That's what you are. Trash. Are you the manager?
Can I help you?
Yeah, I delivered food here yesterday from Chipotle on DoorDash. I DoorDash all day. That's my main source of income. That's all I do. And this girl, I delivered it to her, and then she went on DoorDash and put down that I didn't deliver it here. So then this morning I wake up to go DoorDash, and I'm fired because of her, because she said I didn't deliver it. I would never do that. I had it right to her. That's the girl. Is there a corporate number I can call or something? Because you guys have thieves working
We give you
here.
a phone number here.
You have thieves working here.
Erica?
All right, so there you go. There you go. That is insane, brother.
But let me say this, Daniel.
That is insane, Clay.
Daniel, let me say this.
Yeah, run it.
I don't think she got him fired. I think it was several incidents that just by his attitude, I could tell several incidents then occurred, and that probably was the last straw.
But you don't think that she lied about it?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she did, but she did not get him fired. I don't think. I think.
No, but she called it. No, but she called it in so she didn't have to pay.
Listen. I get what you're saying, but I don't think that one time was the reason why he got fired. Nah, I think it was several incidents. I think that was the camel that the straw that broke the camel's back, though. I think they didn't have several incidents to where, and because I've done DoorDash before.
I hear you. I hear you.
I don't think that one incident that I don't think it was that one.
But have you had an incident where a person literally ordered the food, took the food, and then called and complained on you saying you did not bring it?
Well, I haven't, but I have had friends who've done it, and that's what happened to them. What
happened to them when it happened? What happened to them?
No, they just told them to make sure that they get because they want you. I think they want you to take a picture of if you deliver it or if you sit it somewhere, or I don't know if they want you. I'm pretty sure they don't want you. I've witnessed that. They'll send it to the person who ordered as well. Go ahead. So to me, it was that was one step could have protect him for his job. So to me, then I don't think she got him fired. I think several incidents led up to that, and they was like, yeah, you know what? I mean, I could tell just by his attitude.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm listening. Fair enough. So I don't. But she was dead wrong for doing that because she wanted free food. But I don't think she was the reason why he got fired. I think it was several incidents because they need drivers and they don't just fire you off for one incident. Nah. Right. I don't think so. I just thought that was crazy though. But she was just calm as a fan though. People do it all the time. Yeah, man, but it's low down, man. It's a low down. It's a low down thing. Do it all the time. Yeah, it's low down. But anyway, all right. So I just thought it was crazy. When I saw that one, I was like, yeah, I gotta bring that one up. But anyway, the last one, I mean, I did a small little show on it a few days ago. Down outside of Texas. I'm not gonna play the video. But anyway, outside of Dallas, Texas, there's a youth coach. They were arguing. Well, they was coaching the opposing team. So you got two groups of young 9-year-old. This is a 9-year-old league team, and they're playing football. So words are being exchanged. The game is very close. So temperatures rise between the coaches. All right. So in the midst of that, one team they got penalized and the guy scored. The young man scored. So from there they won the game. So after they scored, they coming on the field and the brawl began. Okay. So let me also include the fact that Talib, what's his first name? You know what I'm talking about. Talib, he played cornerback. Oh, talking about he played for the Patriots. He played with the Patriots. And he played for the
Khalid Talib. I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know
Khalid.
you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so he's a former player. He no longer plays for the NFL. So anyway, he was coaching on the losing team. Him and his brother and a couple other guys, they were on the team that lost. So him, his brother, and a couple of guys. They're all across the field. They jumping on this one guy. So it's like 10 guys on this one coach. All right, I'm gonna just five or six guys maybe. But anyway, so now the brawling going out. So they done knocked the man to the ground. He's swinging the first down thing. Aqib Talib. Thank you, Jeremy. And he's swinging it or whatever. He fall to the ground. They knock him down to the ground. Now, Aqib threw the first punch. I saw the video. And as the man was getting up, I think they knocked him down because, again, he only swinging because there's so many of them. He only swinging this first down stand. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The yard marker. So he's swinging that to try to keep them off because they swarming them like bees. And you can see it on one of these videos in particular. You can see where the guy with the hood, who they're saying that this is Talib brother, you can see it, the gun is out. As soon as he stand up, the guy just air out at least 4 or 5 shots. So the guy died right there. He's the head coach of that team. And not only that, his son played for the team that he coaches. So he witnessed his father pass away.
You know what's sad, man?
It was just, I saw that, man. I was so disturbed by that. It was terrible.
You know what's sad? Because it's a kid's game. Ain't no money in it. It's a kid's game. And I just can't believe that they actually took it to that extreme. Like a kid's game.
Yeah.
A kid's game.
Yeah.
A kid's game.
Yeah.
I think I don't know how. And what state was this?
State is Texas. This is outside of the city of Dallas.
They about to throw the book at them boys.
Oh, but right now the brother, he turned himself in. So let me catch you up. The brother turned himself in. But I think those charges are gonna go further because, again, if it was anybody else, if we both committed a crime, Cleve, regardless of who fired what, we both gonna be charged with that, right?
Yeah, because
right. Right now they got his brother. Right now they got his brother, but I think later on they're gonna enhance the charges and they're gonna get him. Not to mention this guy was just got a job at being like a sports broadcaster with Amazon and Fox or somebody like that. So his opportunity he just threw away his opportunity. Not to mention, let me. Oh, I forgot this one. His wife was out there swinging on the guy as well. I mean, everybody out here brawling on this one guy. So he trying to fan him off with the marker.
So let me tell you what happened. They probably don't like the coach, and they probably felt like because I thought I seen a little bit of it, but I thought it was the officials who they jump on. Typically, they jump on the officials because they feel like the officials is cheating or the officials just have favoritism towards a thing,
right.
whatever.
Right.
But they should charge every last one of them.
Right. They should.
They should charge every last one of them.
Right.
To the full extreme, to the max.
And just to give you more detail, this was a scrimmage game. And I don't care if it was a scrimmage or not. It's still stupid because you got adults. We're supposed to be examples. So you got they playing a scrimmage game. Not to mention Talib, they the one who hired the referees because somebody had to pay the referees. So they the one who paid for the referees. And looking at other interviews with the coaching of the one who lost his life, his coaching staff, his coaching staff members, they were said they've been familiar with these guys. Like they went and coached. They went and played them on their turf.
So was there no beef before this happened?
It was no beef prior to that happening.
Yeah, man.
But it's also been said that him and his brother are known to be the
bullies.
The guys that walk around with their chest out and stuff like that.
But they got places for them.
Right. Wow. See, I didn't know that. He said, well, most said that the coach's sister also was murdered a year ago to the day of the, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, man. So it's you know, again, my condolences goes out to his family. This is a family man. He has a great, huge respect in his community. Like I said, not only he's a father to his 4 kids, but he had to be father to some of these young guys, young kids who out here that doesn't have an active father in their lives. So it's a huge loss in that community,
Sad,
man. Sad. I mean, the mother lost. I mean, the wife lost her husband. The young man, he saw witness his father. That's the last time he seeing his father, and he saw his father lose his life. You see what I'm saying? And now here's the crazy part of this. You got an NFL, ex-NFL guy, a millionaire out here clowning. Like he's, you know, like, and I'm not saying that money should, because money really magnifies who you are. But let me also say this. He been in the league long enough where he should have been growing each time.
Listen,
you know, he should outgrew that. You know, he should outgrew that.
He deal with men who are who got anger problem, like men.
Right.
And I'm talking about men that are like 6'6", 200. And, like you deal with you play one of the most aggressive sports that ever made.
Right.
And you can't control yourself at a pee-wee game.
But if you look back at his highlights, he's been that type of guy. It's like it never stopped. It's like this is who he always been.
And I'm gonna say, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's a lot of folks out here who play sports, who play football, who have caught concussions, and they don't even know it, and it affects their life. Like it's a lot of folks out here who have played those sports.
I hear all of that, but I'm talking about this in particular. This guy just he's just a fucking knucklehead.
No, I'm talking about his anger, the way he is, the way I see him on the football field, the way I've seen him play. I've seen him play. Yeah, we played against him a couple of times. He the one caught the interception in the Super Bowl, I believe.
Yeah,
with the Patriots. Yeah, so but it's just sad, man, because they took a kid's, an innocent kid supposed to be, sport, a kid's sport, and turned it into this.
Right.
Sad. I think everybody should get whatever the charges is. The full amount.
Because if we was in a brawl together, me, you, and whoever, and somebody lose their life,
who brings a gun to kids, a 9-year-old?
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Somebody looking for trouble.
Who's bringing a car? Yeah, who's bringing a gun in the park? It makes no sense. If you in the park coaching Little League, why are you thinking about toting a gun? It makes no sense.
For trouble. And guess what? He found it.
Yeah, that is so true. All right, man. So now we're about to get to the main subject today, our so-called culture. And I left it like that, but I'm gonna add it. Our so-called culture, is this culture that we call our culture, is it helping us or hurting us? I personally say I call us a cultureless people. I think we don't have a culture. I think what the thing we do call a culture is so toxic, is ridiculous. I think just to go off and I'm just gonna hit one more button on this football thing, right? But the dark side of that is I don't know all the intel because I wasn't there. But what I do know is a lot of these major cities in the urban community, a lot of these guys be betting money on these kids, betting money on the score. See, that crap need to stop. See, that's the stuff that we're not talking about. I mean, that's just one little smidget of our so-called toxic culture. You shouldn't even be betting on children. And then they go back, and the kids are looking up to this stuff. They hear this stuff. You know, and that's just some of it. So our culture is so toxic that the only thing that in our urban community we have to be is only thing they talk about, only thing get glorified is thugs and thoughts. Just to sum it up in two words, thugs and thoughts. And it's sad because the thing about it is we're having a huge problem, and we're getting so derailed and distracted from what's really going on in these urban cities right now. And I'm talking about Atlanta. I mean, you could just say Georgia, Florida, New York. A lot of these places are crime is accelerated. It's at an all-time high. And most of these crimes are being done by young black men. And we also have a gang problem right now in all these major urban cities. I mean, it's multiplying. And nobody talking about that. And this is what pisses me off, when everybody want to talk about everything else but the right thing. You want to talk about the abortions, you want to talk about your gay rights, you want to talk about your pronouns, or who to call a him and a her, but nobody's is focusing on these damn children. And these young black men are going to jail, and they going to the cemetery at a fast rate right now. Nobody talking about it. All these so-called groups, where you at? Where you at, Black Lives Matter? Where you at? What's the name of that other group that was down there burning shit down, Cleve?
In Atlanta?
Yeah. What's the damn name of that damn group?
I know what you're talking about.
They wore all black. And Antifa? Some crazy crap.
Yeah, I know you're talking
It's
about.
Antifa, something like that, right? Antifa?
It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And so we're up here we're focusing on, Antifa. That's what I said. I said it right, Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah. So we got all these so-called groups. Where are they now? They're not around. And these are the same people who were trying to talk about defund the cops. When you got a crime so I heard it's so bad in Atlanta right now, depending on what the crime is, the police may not come. Because there's a shortage of policemen. Not just in Atlanta, throughout the urban cities right now. And it's crazy. And I can recall being there when I was in the fire department, when all that stuff was going down with the Black Lives Matter movement and the Antifa was doing their thing. And I do remember there was a big there was an incident where two college kids, they were told not to go down this street. They went anyway. So the police stopped them. You know, they got physical when they burst the window and stuff like that, and they sued the police or whatever. But the mayor at the particular time, she did not go according to protocol. And I just remember not only did she fire those guys, but without doing the proper procedures, because you just can't fire government workers because you feel like it. So when she did that, when she broke protocol, I do remember a large amount of policemen, they left. They left because they felt like they had no support. And so you got these dum-dums who done talked us into defunding the police, talking as though we're self-governed, you know. And now here we are now passing the law, done passed the law where you don't have to have a license to carry. So now everybody want to run out here and buy a gun. Ain't nobody trained and not properly trained to even shoot a gun. But the sad part of it is everybody that look like me that purchased a gun, the first thing on their mind is thinking about shooting somebody that look like me. That's the sad part. I'm gonna shoot me the N word. That is the sad part. So we have forgot all about the kids. Everything is these little groups are focusing on themselves and their so-called sexuality and all this old crap. We're not focusing on the last time I checked, the kid was supposed to be the future. But if you're not focusing on the kids and you're not investing in those kids, this is a product of what we're getting. We have these dumb rules that doesn't apply to everyday citizen, tax-paying citizens in our society. If you do, you'll snitch, snitch this and snitch that. If I'm paying taxes, I see somebody breaking in my neighbor's house, damn it, I'm saying something. I'm not a part of that life. I pay taxes. But see, we have got into the mindset, it's not my business. I'm going to stay out of it. And this is what happens. So now you do that, you multiply that times hundreds, times thousands. And this is what happens. When you turn your back and you didn't speak up, when you turn your back and you didn't speak out, this is what happens. So now we're behind the 8 ball. And that's just another small segment of it. The so-called music out here. It's got our kids. It's almost, in my opinion, it's recruiting these kids to join these gangs because they glorifying them through the videos on these so-called gang members, and they thinking this is the way to go. You have to be, if you want to be successful, this is the way to do it. You got to join a gang. You got to carry a gun. You got to hold money to your ear. This is what you got to do. This is what's the young mind being gravitated towards. And our young men are being buried daily. They're killing each other daily. And now they're in our community, and now they're violating citizens now. Now they're breaking in your car. So it's not even about the so-called ops, the so-called opposing group, a gang or whatever, breaking in your house when you go to work. When your wife is pumping gas, they want to pull a gun on her and jump in the car. See, now it's touching home now, when we should have did something a long time ago. So now we have a serious problem. But guess what? I will say this: the state of Georgia, they got this law in place, and it's about to be passed. If it's not passed, I don't know. I need to check on it. And they're gonna pull out this fishing net, and they're gonna grab all these jokers up and snatch them up.
They working on it. They're working on it.
So don't tell me that the white man did this, because you out here doing it to yourselves. Don't blame. This not the white man problem. This is first of all, these are parent problems for we're not parenting our kids. We're not involved enough. And sometimes we turn the blind eye. Sometimes things get past us. And I get it. We live in a world where we work our tails off. And you can't watch your kids sometimes the way you would like to. I get it. But we gotta make some time. We gotta make some time. I'm telling these young black men, they're hurting out here right now. They're hurting right now. They're doing a lot of malicious things out here. And nobody's saying nothing. You don't hear not one group crying out. But you want to holler all the way to Russia for a person who violated a law. You see, you want to finance a group that's in war right now that has nothing to do with America. And so my question is to us is, when do we start valuing ourselves? When do we start valuing our children? When do we start valuing our neighbors' kids? Because it's easy to love your child. That's easy. You don't even have to think about it. But do you know your neighbor's child? Have you spoke to your neighbor's child? Have you said hello? Do you know them on a first name basis? See, we live in a society now, we don't even know our neighbors. And if we know them, we just know them by face. We just speak to them and keep it moving. And if we, in order for us to get a hold of this, we have to get in charge of our community. We have to get in charge of our neighborhoods, both male and females. We got to stop being distracted by this feminist crap, this hatred between the black men and the black woman that nobody talk about. We got to stop this crap because we're losing our children. And it's easy for a person to say, "Oh yeah, we grew up in it. We grew up in the inner city. That's why it's like that." Well, me and Cleve, we grew up in the inner city. We both from the projects. Cleve from the projects in New York. I'm from the projects in Atlanta. But somebody cared. If you have some caring parents, it helps. If you have a few caring teachers, it helps. If you have a few caring coaches, it helps. We all are held accountable for this. We all dropped the ball on this. And like I said before on several shows, individually, a lot of us black people are doing great. But collectively, we suck. That's all I'm gonna say, Brother Cleve. What you got, bro?
I'm with you. I'm with you. It starts with, our, so-called culture. It starts with us. I mean, we should write the narrative on what that looks like instead of television.
Right.
And it's the craziest thing because we allow the school system to tell us how to raise our kids.
Yeah.
We allow television to tell us how to raise our kids. We allow
internet
music to tell us how to raise our kids. We allow the internet to tell us to raise our kids. Mm-hmm. But we will not allow the person who live next door to us, who see our kids or see us every day, to raise our kids. We will not allow people that we know, that we care about, to help us raise our kids. I seen something the other day. A girl, it was posted that she said a man should fight. He should fight to be able to be there for his kids. He should fight.
Right.
And so I was about to type in her what's her name, but I said, no, I'm not going to do it. But my question is, why does he have to fight to be there for his kids? Why? Right. Why does he have to fight to be there for his kids?
When that's his right to be there anyway.
Why? And why are you sitting here saying that he should do this and not holding the other person accountable for making this man fight to see his kids? Like,
exactly. But who do you want him to fight? And why should he have to fight?
That just blew my mind. Like, why does a man have to fight to see his kids?
It's crazy.
And then on top of that, why you got to think about it like this. If you're having kids with men, and you don't like this man, you're saying to yourself, I'm gonna duplicate the person that I don't like, because that's what you're doing. You're duplicating the person that you don't like.
Facts.
Why would you, if you can't stand that man, why would you make another one of him and put out here in the world? Because guess what? You're not gonna like the child, and guess what? 9 times out of 10, other people ain't gonna like the child.
Right.
But our culture, we don't think about it starts in the household. It starts right there in our household. Now, me traveling, I'm starting to think a whole totally different way. I was thinking our culture is dope outside of America. Our culture is dope outside of you being the giver, the provider, the smartest one out of your crew. When you get away from that, when you get away from you being the man in your community and start being around people who are a lot smarter than you, who are a lot more advanced than you, who pretty much their minds is open to outside of just your community, you start seeing that this culture, this community, our culture is dope. But you got to get away from those folks. And that's what I'm realizing. As long as I'm continue to be around these folks that I look at as like, damn, you doing this again? You doing that again?
But let me say this though. I hear what you're saying. Yes, we have great people, but the culture is two different things, Clee.
No, I felt the same way too. But now I'm on the, so you have two different types of cultures, right?
No, dude, I'm listening. I'm listening.
You have two different types of cultures.
I'm listening. Talk to me.
You have the culture that is stuck on stupid, right? And then you got the culture who wants to grow. I'm starting to see that culture that wants to grow, and it's blowing my mind because they're there, but I have never transitioned myself to that because I've been trying to pull this culture that's just don't want to do nothing. I've been trying to pull them, trying to help them, trying to push them, trying to educate them, trying to motivate them.
Yeah. And
now I see it's a culture. It's a whole new culture. It's just like when you leave outside the country, you think Africa, when you go to Africa, you think Africa is folks on a zebra running around, black folks with bones in their nose and all that. But when you actually go to Africa and you see that, you know, it's people just like you, who think like you, who move like you, it blows your mind. And I think that's the problem. We are still stuck on trying to pull and help. Because you got to think about it, Daniel. If it was a whole lot of us that's doing that gang bullshit and robbing and stealing and killing, America, they will be petrified. They won't know what to do. It's just the fact that they put a microscope on the stuff that we do. So you telling me other cultures is not robbing, stealing, and killing? Yes, they are. It's just the fact that they put a microscope on us. They put a microscope on us to show. And you got to think, we learned this from somebody, right? We learned this from somebody. They taught us this. So
yeah, we can't play the victim though. At this point,
Daniel, I'm not playing the victim on nothing. I'm just telling you that it's a microscope on all the things that we do. Any damn thing we do is a microscope. But now I'm starting to see that it's another side of that track. And I'm starting to see young folks, which is exciting to me and motivate me because I'm starting to see folks. And I could even look at my daughter. You know, I could look at my child. Like she's in school, she's in college, she's about to graduate next year. She's going off to do great things, right? But she's not caught up in that gang. But if I were to go up to her and even ask, she wouldn't know what the hell I'm talking about. She'll look at me like, Daddy, what are you talking about? Because she's focused and because she has dreams. She has goals that she's trying to reach. These kids on that other side of the track, they have no goal. We didn't set nothing for them to. Matter of fact, when we die and leave here, we leaving them with nothing. Nothing but bills, probably stuff to pay. But on the other side of that track, guess what they got going on? And these people look like us, think like us. They got it set up to where all their kids, when they graduate, they walk into a business. When all their kids graduate, if they want to go to college, they could go to college. When all their kids, once they do graduate from high school or graduate from college, they have something to look forward to. But and I'm guilty of that. I'm so over here trying to pull these folks up, because if it was a lot of that going on in America, it'd be like what they consider a third world country. Just think about all the places that we know that it's majority of that going on.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
Think about it. So no, our culture, yes, that culture over there is terrible. But this culture over here, even when I went to Tulum, when I went to Mexico, and all these folks is from Texas, New York, Chicago. I mean, we met a totally different environment, a totally different culture in another country. And it was totally different, a totally different experience. So I'm like, damn, I've been so stuck over here that I didn't know that it was over here. These folks over here was really the people who was holding us up, who really was, really is the our true culture.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now I'm to the point like, hey, I wish them the best, but I'm going over here to this culture. I'm going over here to this culture because this culture, and the thing is, you would never know about this culture because your mind is still, you don't even think that you can get to that point. Your mind is still stuck over here.
Right.
And hey, I mean, for the longest, I thought that culture, it was a small percentage over there, but it's not. It's a lot more of them, because you gotta think, Daniel, if all of the crime and all the stuff that goes on, like right now, like just in our community, back when we lived in the same neighborhood, it was a small percentage of these folks that was doing this BS, man. It really was.
Yeah.
It was a small percentage. And I will say, yeah, major city does have these problems, but it's still a small percentage.
Yeah, but Atlanta has changed now. You can admit to that now. Atlanta,
No. It has changed.
They're a little more active than before.
But and on top of it, I give example of my brother Willie. Willie is in a whole totally different culture, right?
Right.
Totally different. And he's in a culture where people, they don't even experience none of this gang stuff, none of this stuff we experience. Right?
Right.
And it's a lot of them. But because of their mindset, he don't even come in contact with that. He don't. That he lives in his van. And he wakes up and he may be in New York, he may be in Atlanta, he may be in Savannah. Like, he doesn't even come in contact with that. So if I call him and be like, hey man, did you hear about so and so? So he'd be like, nah, what's that? Or what happened? No, I didn't hear about that. Because he's in a totally different culture.
Right.
But guess what? It's black folks.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Then if you go to little small towns, like little small towns in Georgia, where it's nothing but blacks, they not dealing with this stuff in the major cities, right? They don't see this.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So no, our culture is not what they portray us on television. because Albany, it's so many, it's so many small towns in Georgia that I have been in, and these folks is country.
Right,
They
right.
country. But they don't deal with that. They might deal with poverty, but they don't deal with the stuff that the major cities deal with. So we base everything off these major cities.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We base it off the major cities. So now I'm at the point, Daniel, where I'm like, shoot, I don't want to leave my people, but guess what? I'm neglecting myself from that culture. You feel me?
Right.
You see where I'm coming from?
I see exactly what you're saying. Point very valid. Point very valid.
So you would have asked me that 6 months ago, I would have said, hell yeah, I coach it. But now I'm starting to see a totally different light.
So okay, so let's just put it this way then. Let's just say that, and I like the way I love your perspective on you gave it another angle. So is it safe to say that they're glorifying the system, they're glorifying the subculture, which is the negative culture, to our youth, which is hurting our youth? Is that safe to say?
Yes.
Right. I would. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's subculture, because that's not black people. You know, that's not black everyday man and woman who going to work every day. That's not us.
Nah, because we're not hateful people. We're not. And I'm talking about majority of us.
Right. But because I see it, and I see that how it has lurked into the city where I'm from, I do have a concern. But you know, but I'm thankful that you know, now that they're about to pass this law, they about to get a hold of it. Georgia ain't gonna play with it. I can't speak for the other ones, but Georgia's not gonna play with them. Yeah, man. But yeah, so that's safe to say. Subculture is being glorified, and in the process of them glorifying it, is brainwashing a lot of our urban youth.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been running into a lot of young men, and I'm excited because I'm like, wow, like, okay, this is what the future looks like, you know, for our you know, our youth.
Right.
Because I mean, it's just so many young, smart black kids that's out here just, I mean, exceeding, excellent, but they are not posting that. Hell, they just had four. They got. I just seen something with four young black they brothers and sisters. They
Right.
all four of them a graduate. All four of them gonna be you know, damn near in lawyers and
Right.
one wants
They
to be
got-
just like
got
yeah. I
hired.
mean, I'm seeing, but look, it's because the things that I'm seeing now is popping up in my feed too, and that's another thing, Daniel. We have to change what we see in our feed, because the more and more you type in things, the more and more they start sending, because the things that I'm seeing, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, wow. Like, I didn't know this, because I've been typing in something totally different now.
Right.
And now I'm starting to see other things in my feed.
Right. That you normally wouldn't seeing because of the algorithm. The algorithm is feeding you some different stuff because you are searching for some different stuff on the platform, the website.
Yes. So I'm starting to see a whole and listen, man, I get it. I get it. We want to save our culture. We want to save our, you know, our people, our communities. And I'm like, I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking to the right, and I'm like, shoot,
Yeah.
like, is it worth it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The best thing I can do is show by example.
That's it. That's all I do. That's all I can do at this point, you know, because I be damned if I'm getting on the ground and I damn sure ain't marching. So
Yeah.
I'm just all I can do is lead by example. Guess what you can say? Well, yeah, he come from the same place we come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's moving a little different. Yeah, Cleve come from the same place we come from, but Cleve moving a little different. You see?
Yeah, and now that like I said, I'm transitioned to you know, move, because I tell you, 2 years, Dane. And listen, man, yes. 2 years, and hey, that's all I'm giving them. I'm giving them 2 years of my blood, sweat, and tears on
Yeah.
advice, on what you could do, how to move,
Yeah.
and then hey, I'm changing my, matter of fact, I'm changing my name. I'm serious. I'm changing my name.
Ooh-wee. That's deep, man.
You're gonna type Cleveland, and they're gonna be like,
Cleveland who?
no, yes.
Look, who you talk about? The Cleveland Browns?
Because
Yeah.
I'm transitioning to do different things.
That's what's up. But brother, we have passed the hour. This was you know, very impactful, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, you know, we always close out on some food for thought. So what's on your heart, brother?
Hey, hit that like button, subscribe, share. Mr. White, appreciate you. You always come in, you always, you know, making comments and cracking jokes. We appreciate you. We appreciate all our subscribers, all our listeners. We appreciate you. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe. I listen, if you want to really learn and see, you know, a different way of how we think, you have to change your thought process. Because if you continue to keep thinking the way you did 10, 15 years ago, you're going to get the same results. I mean, you just are. You got to change the way you think. And you got to stop being around people who don't give anything to you. They always taking. And you don't want to be the smartest person in your crew. You just don't. Matter of fact, you don't even want to be the richest person in your crew. I mean, you just don't, because when they need something, they coming to you. They asking you. So
Right.
listen, continue to keep, you know, growing, learning, reading, developing. That's all I got.
Well, again, just to piggyback off Brother Cleve, press that like button, share. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Again, I enjoyed this, man. I ain't got too much to say. I just, you know, I mean, I love my people, man. I just hate to see how our young men just throw our lives away. And so that was the purpose of me even bringing up this subject, because it hurts. And even though that may be a small percentage, but because I see it, I have to say something about it. You know what I mean? So again, y'all, thanks for you know, for listening to this content. Again, we try to talk about subjects that most platforms don't talk about, and we try to address issues that, you know, need to be addressed or whatever. And if you have anything that you would like for us to talk about, please feel free. Type in the comment, and we'll see if we can circle that wagon for you. Thank you all. On that note, we're out. Peace.